All right, here we go. So this is my VZ52. It's a Czechoslovakian rifle. It was made during the Cold War. It's chambered in 7.62 by 45, a little bit bigger than the normal AK cartridge, which is a 7.62 by 39, a couple millimeters bigger. And I just wanted to talk about this. It's a Century Arms import, pretty sure, because this was a black rifle. It was one of the ones that had bedliner all over it. And I've obviously stripped it of that, but I want to talk about some of the things that I've done to it and, maybe prepare some people for what the VZ52 would take to restore. Because there is a couple coming in from Ethiopia. You probably won't have to deal with the black bedliner, but, just walk people through some of the things that I had to deal with while I was restoring this. So, first of all, this piece of wood right here, this line, it wasn't there. It looked like it was there because what they had done is they had taken a window seal and put it right here, or like a car seal, like a water seal, and put it right there and lined it up with the wood right here, and then sprayed it over with bedliner, and it turned hard. So from the original images that I saw, it didn't look like there was anything wrong, but after I started heat gunning it and stripping it, you could obviously tell that that wasn't there. So what I've done is I've molded a piece to it. Let me get out of the light. You can see right there is where it starts, but it's almost unnoticeable. But so that, and then you can see there's some low spots right here. The whole thing had apparently been sanded down before it was sprayed with Benlighter, because like right here is a little low, at this top part right here is a little low, and then if you flip it over, this top part is a little low, and these are kind of rounded a little bit on both sides, and in here and stuff like that. And the major issue that I have had is that it has a cracked handguard, right? And it doesn't look cracked now because I've used Aquaglass, a lot of it, to get it to the point where it's at right now. And obviously it's stripped, but we'll get to that in a second. So if you could tell, that line all the way down, if I could point it out with my long ass thumbnail, excuse my language, all the way down, it was cracked. It was in two. So what I did is I put it on one side of the two pieces, and I stuck it together and then put it back on the handguard so it had a place to mold. And I used some releasing agents on the metal so it didn't stick. And then after an hour of it curing or so, I came back and popped it off. And then I did the underside to, I didn't try to hide it because I'm not in the business of lying. But I did the underside with some Aquaglass to reinforce both sides. And I put some on the underside of this piece right here, the band, and I put a little bit right here to reduce shaking. All of that was to reduce shaking. And now to the handguard, the metal piece, I had to strip the entire thing. Heat would not work no matter what I did. Sandpaper almost didn't work. I tried to go by hand, just would not work. There was too many pits in it, because when they sprayed this with bedliner, it was rusting. So it's now in the white. But if you look, you could really see how bad it is. See, this is what it's supposed to look like. This side, smooth. But up here, it's rough. And I had to use a wire wheel to strip this. And even the band itself it's pitted. On the bottom side, I haven't done as much work to it. I want to try to get most of it removed, but you know, it's kind of hard to get into that little crevice right there. But anyway, so to get rid of all of this pitting right here, what I was thinking about using is Durafill and Durapark. Durapark to match the original parkerization, but if I'm using Durafill to remove these pieces right here, I have to use the Durapark because parkerization will not stick to the Durafill. If I'm getting it to remove all of the pitting, to hide all of the pitting, I cannot use actual parkerization. And I'm probably going to use the Durapark and Durafill on these spots right here. So probably this whole receiver is going to be Duraparked and Durafilled. But all the other small pieces like this top handguard, not top handguard, but top cover right there, trigger assembly, magazine, the stock piece right here for the sling, and this sling loop right here, this front end, all probably be actual parkerization. And I'm also probably going to need to re-blue the barrel because it's a little lackluster right now. You can see how it fades out as it gets more exposed to the elements. And I also disassembled the entire bayonet assembly just because I need to be able to redo all of this parkerization on these small parts, on this, and just everything. In the process of removing this, I did break a pin, but luckily I was able to find a replacement. And if I wasn't able to find a replacement, I probably would have been screwed or had to make my own. I also have had to replace the ejector spring on the bolt, which was not cheap. And I also replaced the front sight hood right there. But I'm gonna probably re-blue this, re-parkerize this front bayonet holder, and probably re-parkerize the sight. You know, get everything sorted like that, and hopefully I could get a metal stock and be able to get this, because this is plastic. I don't know if it's aftermarket, but it's a little lackluster and probably not what I want. And I have to remove this pin right here, this recoil lug, but I'm probably gonna have to make a tool to be able to remove that, just like I had to make a tool for this, which is the sling loop for this. And it's a little difficult to get this out because this top piece is so deep embedded in the top, you have to pry it out. But because it was all filled in with bed liner, it was a little bit difficult to be able to do that. And this is the tool that I had to make. This is what it looks like. And here is the screw, just as an example. But yeah, I'm gonna probably Durafill and Durapark this, and Durafill and Durapark this, and then after all is said and done, I'm probably gonna shellac the stock like they did originally, and maybe change the chamber to 7.62 by 39 and 7.7 instead of 7.62 by 45, just because, I mean, it's not an original rifle anymore, just because I'm gonna be doing the Durapark and I've already acroglassed it. It's not a top of the line, and I think it would be able to get me a little bit more money if I did do the conversion with the the chamber jacket, because just Loctite it in, chamber jacket, and it'll be technically semi-permanent due to it just being Loctite. But you know, this is the rifle, and it's a little worse for wear. The parkerization on that's almost completely gone. On this, it's almost completely gone. The only place that it's only stuck around is on the jacket right here. And if I can get this on with one hand. But yeah, it's got all its front end pieces, like the front sight hood and the thread cover. But all in all, it's turning out decent. Not the best VZ52 I've seen so far, but it is what it is. And you know, I can only do so much to be able to bring these back to a form of glory. Yeah, it's the VZ52. Thanks for watching.